Okay, now can we see what's going on? Yes, thank goodness. I have no idea what was going on before, but a simple turning it off and on again fixed it. Alright. Deeply frustrating. Alright. You can actually see this, hear this. Going alright, I think. Hi everyone. Sorry for the terrible technical errors that will probably continue to happen as I play this, but I figured quite tired. I think, and it'd be nice just to relax with something like this. Boo, you suck. Oh, I love this game. All right, I won you back just like that. No, so I figured I'd show this off because I did a video essay on the game. I think 2 or 3 months ago now. And I figured I should have a playthrough of it on my channel as well, to make sure that people can experience it that way also. But I'm tossing up whether I should make this one, the VOD for this one, Patreon exclusive, at least for a little while, just because it's slightly out of my usual wheelhouse. It's not exactly part of the brand of horror game analysis, but hey, who knows? This game used to scare me when I was a kid, so I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope we don't have any more technical difficulties. Really excited to play this again. It's a lot of fun. Let's see if it works. Okay. Great.
Come see me if you want to check out any of your old movies. I've got them all here on my computer.
Thanks, Bentley. Actually, what I wanted to do was start a new game. Thanks. Can I make a new game? Just like that I can, yes. Here we go.
Sly! Come in! Sly! Do you read me?
Yeah, I read you. Loud and very loud.
Sorry, I'm a little nervous. Trying to break into police headquarters does that.
Get over it, Bentley. You're safe in the van. I'm the thief here. I've got to steal that file from Inspector Carmelita Fox.
Well, count on me to be your eyes and ears, buddy. Got their security system totally scoped. To get inside, you're gonna have to go.
That's awesome to hear, Future Cityscape, the only video game series that your roommate loved. It's a special game as well. Though I am running it on an emulator, obviously, so you're probably going to see some issues like the dark floor here, inexplicably. But yeah, I'm excited to revisit this because the last time I played this was the PS3 re-release.
Can you see those crazy blue lights?
I played it also at the start of the year again on Vita. Final Fantasy for her, and she played this for me. That's a pretty good exchange. Also, I love that you can do this with the characters if you just wiggle the sticks. You can make the characters just move around and around and around. I was very happy when I found that out as a child. Alright. Hold down the circle button. This is a running theme throughout this game. You're gonna note. This game still has a really stellar soundtrack. Always very impressed with just how listenable it is, just over and over again.
Be extra careful here, Sly. Break one of those laser beams and you'll set off the alarms. Not to mention you'll be fried to a crisp.
Don't worry, Bentley, I've done this before.
Nice job, you're in. Inspector Carmelita Fox's office is behind the red door.
Now, one thing I always did really appreciate about this game is just sort of how immersive it is, and how you know, it's got this nice little moments of foreshadowing here and there of the villains that you're going to be facing off against. Sort of here and there, we've got Ms. Ruby and the Panda King there, and a number of sort of just this sort of random little area that you can inhabit. I really love those kinds of things when I was a kid, because you could make a number of fun little stories, just sort of within the game world, from extra little spaces like that. And you'll note as well, I'm probably going to talk about that a lot, but Sly is very expressive as a character. He's very easy to get attached to. He's got really nice animations, and everything's very smooth and seamless, I think. Especially, I always like the one where you can try and hit the vault to open it, but I'll show that off in a minute. Reminded you of Ratchet when I first saw this game. Yeah, those Sony platformers from this era are just untouchable for me, honestly. It's hard for me to order them, but I think Ratchet was the one I bonded with the most, and then Sly, and then probably Jack, but I do love them all on a pretty equal level.
You got it. If you come down through the fire escape and head through the parking lot, we'll be waiting in the getaway van.
But yeah, they did a lot with the graphics available. They made sure to make sort of every polygon count, as it were. He just sort of pops off the screen. He's really nice to move around with. He's got really fluid jumps, very easy to use, and nice attack. Ratchet and Clank was dope back in the day. It's still dope now, my friend. But yeah, the original 4, I'd argue, are practically untouchable in my memory.
Raccoon, I've caught you red-handed.
Ah, Carmelita. I haven't seen you since I gave you the slip in Bombay.
Which reminds me, you need to return the Firestone of India to its rightful owners.
And I was gonna give it to you as a little token of my... Hey, that bazooka really brings out the color of your eyes.
I love this dialogue.
You think? This pistol packs a paralyzing punch. You ought to try it. Might snap you out of your crime spree.
And give up our little rendezvous?
Plenty of time for that once you're safely behind bars.
Love to stick around and chat.
I think the first two are really special because of just how they use platforming instead of emphasizing the shooting. You've never played the second Ratchet and Clank? You got to do that. It's an amazing game. One of my favorites. I went back and platinumed that again at the start of this year. Yeah, all-time great, that one. Owned it for years. Love the Raccoon's voice. Yeah, someone pointed out to me once that someone is walking around with Sly's voice. It's just his normal voice. And I was blown away that someone has a voice that cool,
Avenge my family and regain possession of our most valued treasure. It all began when I was just a kid, bouncing on my father's knee. You see, I come from a long line of master thieves who kept all their secrets of sneaking and stealing in an ancient book. The Thievius Raccoonus.
And isn't that just the best name as well?
Especially sneaky, which is why we specialize in stealing from criminals. After all, there's no honor, no challenge, no fun stealing from ordinary people. You rip off a master criminal, and you know you're a master thief. Well, on the night I was supposed to inherit the book, 5 visitors came unannounced to our door. My father fought to protect us, but the gang of villains known as the Fiendish Five overpowered him and ransacked our house until they found the Thievius Raccoonus. Our family's manual of thieving greatness fell into their filthy hands. They tore the book into 5 pieces and split it up, each villain disappearing to the farthest corners of the world to commit dastardly crimes. Broken alone, I was dumped at the town orphanage. There I met 2 guys who became my lifelong buddies and trusted crew. Bentley, techno genius and strategist supreme, and Murray, part-time driver and full-time burden. Together we pledged to track down the Fiendish Five, avenge my father, and steal back the Thievius Raccoonus. I knew I was about to face the toughest test of my life. On this mission, I would either become a master thief like my ancestors before me, or fail and allow my family name to bite the dust.
When the following icon appears,
Look,
your
he's,
progress is
the PAL version makes Murray T-pose every time he gets it. This scene, I don't know why.
system or remove the memory card.
Made bouncing on my father's knee sound cool as hell. I am glad you agree that this guy has the best voice. Amazing voice. Sly has more personality than Travis can ever hope to obtain. Yeah, I think Sly... Future Cityscape, no, not again. Yeah, Sly's got more personality in one ear than Travis did in his whole body. He expressed more in that one cutscene than Travis did over his entire game. Wonderful.
That was a nice piece of work back there at police headquarters, Sly. Come see me.
Thanks,
if you want to
Bentley.
Check out any of your old movies. I've got them all here on my computer. Use the left analog stick to move around the hideout and the X button to select things.
Future Cityscape, it sounds like you've already made up your mind. I mean, the mecha coloring book just seems to be, in the cards for you.
I've already plotted a route to our first target.
My bank account, okay, yeah, I feel your pain. Your bank account says no, but your heart says yes. Alright, we'll just launch into the first episode. Get to hear more of Sly's voice.
The road trip gave me the time I needed to study up on Sir Raleigh the Frog. As a young man, this hot-tempered frog grew bored of his life of luxury and privilege. On a whim, he tried his hand at a bit of piracy and found it to his liking. Raleigh, who quickly became addicted to crime, was brought into the Fiendish Five as chief machinist, where his evil tinkering genius rose to new heights. The last reported sighting of this mad machinist was off the soggy coast of the Isle o' Wrath, a small island uncomfortably situated in the middle of the perilous Welsh Triangle.
No, I always like the way that they framed this game as sort of Saturday morning cartoon-esque kind of thing. You're sort of in it from the start, really, with the whole approach. If you've ever watched cartoons in the morning, it's just a really natural fit for a game like this. Can't wait to have the perfect moment to force HGA to mute himself. This must be how the wealthy feel knowing they can have anyone killed. Yeah, the threat is just hovering over my head at any time. You can shut me up whenever.
Hey, Sly, I just spotted something that's going to complicate the mission. See that nasty-looking gate? It blocks the only road leading into Raleigh's hideout.
No problem. I'll just use my climb move.
Okay, but remember, you can only climb on certain objects, like pipes and ropes.
Yeah, sure. And
Hydrate, thank you.
That is correct, but do not forget, Sly. You have to get close.
Then hit the circle button to grab it. Yeah. Relax, Bentley. I live for this stuff.
Yeah, and that's what worries me.
They have such a good dynamic, Bentley and Sly. They really bounce well off of each other, even just from the start. It's clear that they have a history together, and the writing is really strong throughout the whole game, I think.
I'll decipher here in the van. In the meantime, see if you can find any more clues. The more I have,
Yeah, Sly knows what's going on here.
crack the code.
Sly's cracked the code of what kind of universe he's in. He's in a Saturday morning cartoon game. Like, he's aware. Now here's something that always was curious to me. This one sign, I think it's the only one in the game like it, and it sort of tracks you. I remember when I was a kid, I was quite concerned about it. I seem to recall, but you can't just smash it just like that, so don't have to worry about it anymore. And I do like, how well thought through the levels are, and just how well it sort of immerses you in this feeling of actually undergoing a heist.
Hold on, Sly. See those searchlights? One careless step, and you'll be
Will I
subjected to a
make an
keen
essay
question.
about that sign?
Let's go.
Oh yeah,
Try to keep you alive,
absolutely.
partner. Fortunately
It'll be back to back with the Travis video essay.
Throughout Raleigh's fortress. Get close to one, and I could checkpoint your progress.
Nice.
Nice, and we've got a reason for checkpoints now. Bentley's gonna take photos of us as we go through. And it's a one hit kill for both me and the enemies. So gotta dodge the walruses throwing ninja stars, sheriff stars. You're too good to us. Travis essay is #1 priority. Okay.
Amphibio positioning system. That big blob is where Raleigh is hiding out.
Best babysitter. I'll put that on my CV.
More like a machine than a hideout.
You're right, Sly. That is a storm machine. It's the reason why it never stops raining around here.
That explains all the wrecked ships.
But why would Raleigh want bad weather at his own hideout 24/7?
Beats me. But rain or shine, I'm gonna steal my family's book back. And if Raleigh gets in my way, it's on.
Yeah. Okay, you've given a list there. Because he's British, he's just only comfortable in the rain. Also, he's a frog, so like, you probably appreciate just constantly damp weather, right? He's an evil frog. Even if you didn't know that he was obsessed with smashing ships on the rocks, he's a frog.
Nice job so far, Sly.
Oh, thanks.
To get over the next gate, you'll need to grab onto this hook using your cane. Just jump and hit the circle button.
Got it. Jump and hit the circle button to grab onto hooks.
Whew, there's a running theme. It's getting hard to keep track of all these buttons here, guys. But I really appreciated that when I was a kid. I was like, okay, I just need to jump and hit the circle button to do anything. I think I can handle this. And you'll note as well, this game does that really nice thing with the music. I hope the audio balancing is right, but this game does the really nice thing with the music where if you're in combat, it changes to a different version of that track, which no matter what game it's done in, I always find really, really amazing. That the tempo of the track just changes. Would still somehow forget these controls. Left stick, square, and then X and circle. There's not many there.
That large vault has got to be somehow related to those clues.
Come on, open.
If you can locate all the clues in this area, I should be able to crack the code and get you inside it.
This is one of my favorite games to watch. It's about the only game that I've ever sat down and watched multiple speedruns of, because people break this game in so many fascinating ways. It's really very impressive. Stellaris has one button, declare war. Oh no, I missed a clue. That's right, I'll come back for that later.
Sly, you've got to find one more clue if you're gonna open this vault.
Thanks, Bentley. I just want to win the game from the start. This is also one of my favorite features of the first Sly game in particular, is this overarching map. And this music as well. This area really defined a large part of my childhood, sitting in front of a fat television on the floor in a beanbag. And just being weirdly, like, just strangely melancholic, this music, but good sneaking music too.
To do that without getting electrocuted, you'd have to destroy that power generator. And to do that, you need 2 more of Raleigh's treasure keys, which are heavily guarded.
Interesting. So when are you gonna get to the impossible part?
Right. But I warned you. I've marked the areas you need to hit with holographic markers. Follow them to your objectives.
Thanks.
Don't mention it. It's your funeral.
I love his faith that he has in me. But yeah, this track, I think I can't remember if I mentioned it in the. No, I didn't. But I don't know if anyone else had a similar experience with video rental stores and their PlayStation 2 or PS1. But when you take the disc out, you can still play in the level that's currently loaded for a little while, until you decide to put in another game or turn the system off. And I remember oftentimes, because at first I only got Sly out of the video store because I couldn't find it in any of the local game retailers. But I just remember, like, every time I had to return it at the end of the week, I like picked an area that I really liked, and I just sort of loitered in it, which I guess was really the start of my infatuation with video game space. I was picking and choosing like what was important to me, and this area in particular really was. I mean, the music by Ashif Hakik, who's sadly passed away now, really is really evocative and moody, and does much more lifting than should be necessary in a children's game. Oh, Sly's, he's bored. Sorry, Sly. But yeah, really, that was sort of where it started. I didn't even know you could do that, honestly. I don't know if it worked on every game, but often I just hit the eject button on the PS2, and I don't actually, since it was an old, like a fat PS2, maybe you can't do it on the slims or something. But I know that you could just eject the disc from a fat PS2, and then it would remain loaded into the current area. I think the music might also stop playing, but you could at least still like run around and soak in the area for a little while, which is what I like to do, before we could go back and get Sly again from the video store. It was a happy day when I found a copy of that for myself. It was like in some like clear like plastic case. The manual was like stapled together and photocopied, and the disc was like a bit beaten up, but that was my copy. I was very, very, very happy that day. Yeah, great game. Just picking up all the extra stuff here. Has it been long enough since last time for me to say that the villain is voiced by Chris Pratt? Yes.
Look at all this stuff. Must be worth millions.
Yep, proceeds to smash it all.
Tighter security. You're gonna have to be extra sneaky to get the treasure key here.
And what they do, I mean, the game doesn't do this consistently, but there are some levels that really do feel properly heist-like, and you feel quite satisfying. Feels quite satisfying to go through them without being caught by the automated defenses. A gilded vase from the Ming Dynasty. Whoops. I'll just pick this up with my cane. Oh, shit, hang on, let me try that again. Crap. My bad. Now this, see, when this is the kind of booby trap that if I was a supervillain, I would absolutely have one of these. Oh, just making me want to play Spyro for the 500th time. Yeah, Spyro's great as well. Spyro's fantastic. I was always slightly more of a Crash person, but love Spyro too. King Dynasty's artistic heritage wiped out. Hey, it was an accident. I just got to get more 3D platformers in my life in general. There's not enough of them. Really good 3D platformers. Missed the golden age of 3D platformers. It sort of felt like this era. Spyro would win in a fight. Yeah, probably. I mean, he does have flame breath, which is a slightly unfair advantage, but Crash has beaten fire people before, so who knows? He might get lucky. Spyro and Crash Team Racing, yeah. Crash Team Racing is also a fantastic game. I always thought it was a shame that it didn't get ported to PC. Nice try. One thing I would like to know is sort of how the developers came up with the eclectic variety of enemies for some of these levels. Like this one is like a variety of walruses. Spyro can take 4 hits, Crash only takes 1 hit. Spyro wins by default. I guess, yeah, you got a point, but Crash can also have Aku Aku. He can turn invulnerable with them too, but maybe you consider that cheating. Can take between 5 to 10 hits personally, so Yoveost wins. Yoveost comes out on top. Super sneaky. Yeah, we gotta start a petition now. Get Yoveost and Smash. Oh no, I was caught on the last one. What a shame.
You found it, Sly! That's the final clue to crack the code! Now find out Vault and I'll give you the instructions to open it!
Thanks, Bentley. I'm gonna go back to the vault now and open that. See what reward we get. Also, yeah, just the number of like unique assets that were created to sort of populate the environment. There's a bunch of these like really interesting frog characters.
Press the circle to enter the vault code. Whoever thought this code up knew what they were doing. Dial in 436.
436. I remember as well when I was a kid, I used to try and guess what the code was gonna be before, and if I even lined one number up, I was like quietly very happy with myself. But I never got it right completely.
This page teaches old Drake Cooper's fast attack dive move. Press the triangle button to use it.
Leave the nice calling card. That's how you know you're a good thief, right? Just leave a calling card. Bold as brass. Let's go back through this area now. Oh, this music. Amazing. So yeah, the objective is to gather all the keys from a level and then you unlock the boss fight, which gets you back sort of a significant part of the Thievius Raccoonus, the book. Oh, and also, I don't think I said at the start of the stream, but yeah, I just wanted to thank everyone for the really kind reception to my latest video essay, the Silent Hill 2 one. That was. It was a big project, and I have a feeling that I maybe mismanaged the editing somewhat. In terms of I edited sort of in chunks, so sort of like I put 3 sections together sort of thing, because otherwise the video would have been like too granular for me to make little changes to. but obviously that still produced a problem with the sound at points, which is something I really was focusing on. But I will endeavor to fix that for next time. And yeah, I didn't. Well, I did kind of expect it, but there've been a few people already who have who've stopped by, clearly haven't watched the video and have just seen that it's an analysis video on Silent Hill 2. I think, but as I say at the end, right? Like, I get why people are exhausted, but also everyone has a right to do this kind of thing. So I sort of preempted it. Quality, thank you. Quality in that video is genuinely shocking. Also biased, because you're the only video essayist I like who puts captions. Well, yeah, the captions, like, I use them myself. Like, if other YouTubers have them, I automatically use them, so I just feel like it would be rude not to put captions on my own video, even if that does take slightly longer for it to be produced. Don't read the comment sections full of Travis apologists. Yeah, having to fight off all those Travis apologists with a stick at this point. No, there's just... people just seem to sort of consider any analysis of Silent Hill 2 to be less meaningful somehow than if I'd chosen another game to do. I think they just see Silent Hill and this sort of... the vision goes red a little bit, but... like, I can respect that. I do say that in the video, but yes. Strange. Come on, Sly, get it. There you go. Click the X if they're not interested. Yeah. There was someone who was like... who left a comment, and I don't think I'm going to respond to it properly. But they said to me simply, why do you overanalyze this? And I was thinking the name of my channel is literally horror game analysis. Like, you clicked on a 2-hour long video, and what, you didn't want me to analyze it? Like, that was sort of like, it was like, I kind of, they were like, why analyze, like, survival horror, like it's a survival horror game, they play all the same. And I was thinking to myself, like, maybe I didn't make it clear enough in the video, but the point, like, I like analyzing the structure of gameplay, and the fact is that Silent Hill 2 uses the survival horror conceit, just that genre framework, and it aligns it perfectly with, like, the mood and feel of the game. But, like, rest assured, I would have talked about how the game played and what it simulated, regardless of what survival horror game I was talking about. Change my name to No Really Horror Game Analysis. Maybe April Fools. Blue Voice's comment is best comment on your video. Great comment. I haven't responded to it yet, but I did read it through and I really appreciate it. Always appreciate it, and I really appreciated your comment as well, Future Cityscape, on the Patreon, which I did respond to in my own lengthy fashion. And you have asked also, thank you for being there and watching it live. It was, yeah, it was great to have people there watching the premiere with me. I don't know if a premiere is a good thing to do or not, but I did. Horror games over-analysis? I was thinking that. I was thinking, yeah, but maybe, is that what they want to hear? Over-analysis? Oh, clue over there, can't forget that. Oh. And the one thing as well that I really like about this game is just sort of how you really get a sense of the area through the map and the environments you explore. Everything feels distinct and also really cohesive. My main in Smash Brothers bar fight. What's his best move? I haven't learned him yet, so you have to let me know. I missed one more clue again. Painful. Smash some of these crates anyway. Just smash stuff. That's what platformers are all about.
Sly, you've got to find one more clue if you're gonna open this vault.
Yes, Bentley. Thank you, Bentley. Oh, I think I know the one I forgot. It's alright. Yeah, I'm also happy people are checking it out. I think it's had... Oh no, there it is. It's had a really positive response overall. I think it's the video that's like the most people have watched it in the shortest amount of time so far. I think, other than possibly my Dankovsky video. I think that grew pretty fast when I released that. So I do appreciate that. It's just it's really interesting what other people bring to the table. Though I would appreciate if people who were leaving comments had at least watched part of the video, and it sort of struck me that a couple people didn't appear to have. But you know, whatever. It's it's the internet. People are allowed to leave comments.
Stories claim she can move faster rolling than anyone else could on the run. Hold down the triangle button to use this move. Switch between your power-ups using L2 and R2.
My opinions are objective. Everyone else's are subjective. You read that? You read that too, huh? That was yeah, that was quite something. I really... My strategy... Every passive aggressive measured with go well, because that took me out even if you didn't mean it passive aggressively. You picked you picked up on that, huh? You picked up on that? That was that was me shutting it down. I'm sort of done at this point, mate. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's clear that we have like irreconcilable different outlooks. The Virgin going in versus the Chad go well. That's actually hilarious. Yeah, I love that.
Sly, see that machine wheel? If my knowledge of mechanical engineering serves me right, applying significant rotational torque to achieve maximum velocity will yield a positive result.
You mean something good might
New emote idea go well? Yeah, okay, yeah.
Isn't that what I just said?
Channel catchphrase. Go well. Going to the fire level now. I think you've got to backtrack through the whole level to open the vault in this one. There's too many emote ideas here. I got like a list somewhere. It's way too long already. This is a good track, this one. This is the kind of track that you would legitimately like work on a factory line to. Just gets you motivated, you know? I also love this community. If it's any reassurance, I really appreciate it. No, I do that. My strategy basically for responding to those kinds of comments is in a really polite and level-headed way. It's like if someone comes at you yelling, you know. If someone comes at you yelling, and you just start whispering at them, and they feel really silly. Motivated to work in the most safe factory ever. It's so safe. Just like bubbling lava. Just molten rocks like flying out every now and then. Perfectly safe. Who wouldn't want to work here? Not even any railings. How does anyone but Sly get around this level? This is so dangerous. Okay, Walrus Repairman, it's time for you to jump across this gap again. No, but I don't know why this music is so good. It's like, yeah, all of a sudden, like, I got energy, you know? I got energy to burn. No regard for safety. I think we're in... Are we in Wales, Oklahoma, are we? Yeah, and I did always love these, yeah, the walrus enemies that spit fire as well, they're quite cool. Collecting all the clues, placed in safe locations. I love how you smash coal and there's just money in it. This game's supporting fossil fuels. Oh. Maybe it supports breaking up fossil fuels, you know, we gotta take it literally. Sly's dismantling it, but you know. Sly's protocol lobbying confirmed. No! Sly, what have you done? Could you betray me like that? I would smash the key and just go back into the level, but I enjoy the music too much, so I'm gonna make everyone listen to that as I backtrack through the level and go all the way back to the start. Hope no one minds. Game is sponsored by Exxon, environmentally friendly oil company. Anyone else just like, was it the BP logo? And it's like all green to like try and somehow trick you into thinking that like a petrol company is like green and healthy. Like it's just it's the lowest, the lowest attempt, you know. And outraged. You can shut me up, but you can't shut up the music.
Can stand before me. It's got to be 579.
Green equals good, that's why plants are green, yeah. I honestly assume that was the reasoning behind their decision. Like, plants are green, we're gonna make people think that we're sort of associated with plants somehow.
These are the blueprints of Raleigh's entire operation.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Some crafty person
Yes,
somewhere
I
in
can
marketing.
fire this info directly into your binocucom. It'll show you the position of nearby clues and breakable objects.
Yeah, people do buy that. Same thing with Sprite bottles being clear. Yeah, that's a good point. There's certain, is it colored plastics or particularly like, sort of like opaque milk bottles and stuff? I'm pretty sure, at least where I am, those can't be recycled, so I do always have to, yeah, buy the clear ones. But yeah, it is interesting, sort of, yeah, just what works on like this sort of subconscious level. Like, you know, you're playing this game, for instance, you know, and all of a sudden, like, you're tempted to go out and buy, like, a blue beret, like, for reasons you can't, like, explain to anyone else. It's just subliminal messaging. It's really, yeah, it just gets to you, you know, really sinister. Yeah, where I am, we don't have a facility to recycle that kind of plastic, I think. And the people in my public speaking class gave a really interesting speech on plastic's effect on the environment. Wish I could remember even a single word. Isn't that annoying when you're sitting there and you're listening to this really awesome speech and you're like, damn, this is really fascinating, and then I'm gonna internalize this and remember it, but in the process of trying to like really focus and listen, you sort of forget like what was said before, so you you're speaking way too fast and I was half asleep. Okay, so right, speaking way too fast, yeah, that doesn't tend to help, but neither does being half asleep either. And the speedrun record for that level does not go to me because the music is way too good. More flashbacks to my public speaking class. So you're finished with that now, are you? I remember you telling me about that a while ago.
Hey Sly, you can adjust the game camera using the right analog stick. And to bring the camera behind you, click it.
Don't mind speaking in front of people, I just shut down any questions. Nice. You gotta at least be like, oh, good question, you know, like I hadn't thought of that before, sort of thing. Like, and then just sort of quietly move on, you know? It's interesting, yeah, the question thing.
Those rats got pegged.
Raleigh appears to have booby-trapped this entire place.
I'm gonna enjoy this.
Don't you get it, Sly? If
You can sing in front of people but not speak publicly. That's interesting.
Master thief, you'll be a master dartboard.
Wait a second. What if I jumped into that barrel for protection?
I don't know. It looks pretty risky and very unsanitary.
Only one way to find out.
I do really like this level because it was one that leaned into the actual sort of stealthy thieving mechanics of the game, and that you have to hide in the barrel and actually carry that through the level to act as a disguise. It sort of feels like one of the, I guess like all of the levels that we've played so far have been particularly good demonstrations of the heist formula, but this one and High Class Heist are really good. Oh no, Silent Hill Origins text. I'll look into that. They're never looking into that. Exactly right. Yeah, you're sort of like, oh, okay, yeah. Like, I hadn't heard of them before. That's an interesting, yeah, interesting source.
If you stayed still inside the barrel, the guard won't be able to see you.
Wait, Persona 3 has that font? That's amazing. Persona 3 is, Silent Hill. They were inspired by the best game of all time, Silent Hill Origins. Just couldn't resist the amazing techniques used within that game. He relies. Can't wait to consult the gravestone person for my gravestone. Just be like, so there's this game. It was made in 2007, and you know I stream a bit. And the funny thing is, you know, just for fun, I'd like a version of the tombstone at least that has this really fucked up spacing. Also on the PSP, I wonder if the text was to blame. The font is not on the PS2 version. I checked. The version with the female character. Oh right. So just the portable version of the game. Does the PSP do something to? Yeah. Does the PSP do something to text? Yeah, I think Persona 3 was only on PS2 and PSP. Oh, yeah, you said that, sorry, feature, yeah, for PS2. Gamers. I don't, for us gamers, something about that word, just something about that phrasing seems like a shiver up my spine, you know, like, us gamers won't stand for that sort of thing. It's just awful. Oh, is this the, yeah, no, it's on the other side, is it? Good thing these spotlights can't see into the barrel. I haven't seen Barbie actually. Would you? I've heard it was actually, considering it's a film about toys, it actually had a solid feminist message in it that actually felt impactful, and also took down the men's rights movement as well, sort of thing. That was all I basically read about it. But as I've sort of probably already alluded to before, I don't tend to go to the movies very often. I went to see Indiana Jones with my dad because we were both big fans of Indiana Jones, so we figured might as well see the last one in cinemas. Half sold on it, then I saw all the Insecure guys come out of the woodwork. So now maybe I need to see this. It is funny how that works sometimes. It's like, you know what, yeah, just out of spite I'm gonna see this movie almost. Yeah, I do. This is the best way to do fake bookshelves in games. Just push your face into it and it will spin. I really, really do love it. Oh, and is this the disturbing... Frog Venus? I wonder who did that. You're unironically excited for the FNAF movie. I haven't seen or heard anything about that one, to be perfectly honest with you. Probably just because Five Nights at Freddy's was never that interesting to me. I think I ended up playing the first and the third one quite some time ago now, and they were the only ones I liked the look of in the first place. 2 is just meant to be obnoxious. Obsessed with practical effects. I do agree, like, if a movie has good practical effects, that feels much better than something like, I didn't go and see this either, but I heard that the Flash, or whatever, everyone was sort of dunking on that movie for being just really obnoxiously bad in terms of the CGI or something. Like PS3 era, sort of early PS3, when people were just figuring out how to use all the new rendering technologies. Seen it through streamers. Oh, just the Mario movie, this one. How many clues am I missing? Oh yeah, it's rolling time. Ah, okay, right. FNAF. Yeah, I do think there is sort of the tendency, I think. It sort of came up in that era, right, of YouTube Let's Plays, where horror Let's Plays were always really, like, deliberately sort of over the top, and, like, that can be pretty enjoyable, like, I gotta admit, like, you can get some real fun out of those streamers. But, at the same time, like, it definitely dilutes the actual horror aspect. But yeah, I don't... You guys gotta shoot me if I ever become a reaction YouTuber. I mean, I never want to, like, be stuck somewhere, like, just being like, okay, so this just came out, guys, like, let's have a look, sort of, like, immediate first impressions kind of thing, you know. I wanna think about things before I review them, you know, so... Hate streams or videos where people just shout and scream and laugh super loudly. Like, that's fair. I think it's just a matter of personal taste, honestly. Like, I also have a tendency to dislike them more often than not, but occasionally I will find, like, even just like a series, like someone has a really good gameplay series. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. That's good, and they're sort of very loud and aggressive about it. But yeah, by and large, didn't you hear? Artist subjective reactions are bad. and Barbie is killing men do not disagree with me. I'm glad at least you agree that art is subjective. That's really nice to hear. Because sometimes it can be hard to convince people that their reality is not objective. Am I missing something, or did I get all the clues and I'm just like miscounted, or what am I missing? No, I am still missing 2. Curious. Where are the 2 that I'm missing? I checked the bookshelf. I got all the ones on the lights here. Yeah, I thought you probably did mean objective, but I was gonna seize on that. Yeah. Art can be both things, and that's what's wonderful about it. I wish I could remember the article, but there was this wonderful, wonderful article that I was given to read some years ago, and it was talking about I think it was a painting, like a neoclassical painting, and it was talking about how scholarship has evolved so much on it, like just a simple painting, but so much has been written about it. It's so fascinating what people can get out of the same painting, especially across time. Yeah, I thought so. Here we go. And it's just, yeah, it's amazing. Human beings are just amazing. Your reply to my joke made it worth it anyway. I'm glad. Alright, back up this elevator for the 5th time, now that I finally collected all the clues. And Bentley can let me know what the code is. Objectively subjective. Yeah, that's a good way of phrasing it.
Press the circle to enter the vault code. With the help of a straight edge and compass, the answer was simple. Dial in 242.
Yeah, people are still analyzing the Iliad. Yeah, like, because it can be taken in new, like, personal, cultural, social contexts, and it will always remain like evolving for as long as people study it and keep it alive. It can remain relevant and important to people, and that's really the beauty of it.
This one features Dev Cooperenda's slow motion jumps. He used this to get
Spoilers, man. Yeah, slow down time. You gotta put that in spoiler tags, you know, like, unbelievable. Alright, now we can finish this level, and then we can move on to the second set of levels within this hub world. Also really do love this animation. Really great. Alright, back out into the moody atmosphere of the hub area. And we're gonna open up this electric tunnel with the keys. And smash and get all the coins from it. Or try to anyway. Alright, so through here was a level that I used to find brutally difficult when I was younger. And it's also the first mini game of the whole game too.
Never was good at math.
Well, here's a real test for
Relatable.
you. I found a way out to Raleigh's hideout, but unfortunately, it is doomed to failure.
You're not gonna tell me I have to shoot myself out of that cannon.
I'm afraid that's the only way.
Now you're talking.
You're really scaring me, man. Anyway, to get inside that thing, you had to steal all 7 of Raleigh's treasure keys.
So what are we waiting for? You show me those hollow what's-its?
You mean my holographic markers?
Yeah. And I'll swipe whatever it takes to get shot out of that cannon and steal back my family's devious Raccoonus.
Alright. Black bar on the top of the screen. It is the emulator, unfortunately. I wish I had a capture card, but they're expensive. And my streaming setup is like uniquely weird. So I probably still wouldn't be able to get it done there, but Immersion, what immersion? Alright, here we go. So this is the level, the first mini game, and a lot of 3D platformers from this era did have sort of a mini game creep, where in an attempt to sort of spice up gameplay variety, they would put in all of these little mini games. And so for this one, they put in a twin stick shooter, for instance. I do think Sly, by and large, is pretty good with the mini games. It's a little excessive towards the end, and just in terms of the volume of them, but they're generally pretty fun to play. There's only one I can think of, that one or two that I really don't like. Yeah, sure. Easy ask. So yeah, the crabs are just relentless. For some reason, treasure chests are dropping from the sky. Get back here with that. No game makes me irrationally angry like Super Monkey Ball. I haven't played one of those in a long time. Part of me is like, maybe I should go back, but maybe irrational anger is what I want from my video game experience. I'm so bad. Oh no. Did you say before Future Cityscape that you were just getting to the, was it the YouTube comments or something that you were looking at? There's a few to go through there. Very interesting. Yeah. Looked into the void and found it hilarious. Go well, I mean, that's all I can say, like... Stop that. Come back here, yes. I did it without losing a single chest. Alrighty. So yeah, that level was much more difficult when I was a child. Obviously, I used to tag team my mum. To do that level sometimes when I could not do it. So I think she's handed the mantle over to me now in terms of I'm better at video games than she is now, apparently. Doesn't really play many video games, but she could always be entrusted with a good mini game or a good puzzle. I'm deeply appreciative of that. Otherwise, I never would have beaten this game when I was young. Or it would have taken me 1,000 years anyway. I think this is actually one of my favorite music tracks as well. Love this one. Also another really immersive space too. Just these broken ships that you clamber all over, accompanied by this really awesome music. Did I inherit my gaming skill from? I think I inherited a bit from both, to be honest. Though if I'm any good at puzzles, you know, I'm sure my mum would be proud of that, because I'll tell you though, yeah, slide puzzles, I still hate slide puzzles. Yeah. Yeah, so my parents got me started on Crash Bandicoot when I was probably barely able only to recognize the fact that I was holding a controller. There's photos of me sitting when I was like, I must have been like 1 or 2 years old, like with a controller, like playing Crash Bandicoot. And you know, there was no chance for me really. It's like, you know, I'm a 3D platformer guy now, so yeah, nowhere to go from there. I completed Pathologic, the most complicated of puzzles. Yeah, that's true. That I'm sure they'll be proud of me for that. I released another analysis video. 3-year-old me had the Sega Genesis in hand. No shot I was turning out normal. Yeah. It's just the parent like, here, have this have this PlayStation 1 controller, and then it's like, yep, it's all over. Your life has been irrevocably changed. Congratulations. You're now gonna grow up to study video games, so, yep. No. Bad walrus. And there's some really nice camera angles as well. I should have let that one linger a bit more, but... And you climb along a submarine. Just this whole level is a classic. I wish it was longer was the only thing. But yeah, just sort of... Every encounter, or every level really feels distinct from one another, especially the platforming levels. Oh. Could have asked Horror Game Analysis why he analyzes horror. It's gonna get really deep into my psyche. Why do you do this? Why do you do this? Why do you do this to me? Why did you make me click on this video?
719.
Curious. Very curious.
Interesting. Chris Cooper's dive collection technique. This move is an extension of the dive move you already know. Just jump and hit the triangle button near breakable objects for some fast breaking, fast collecting action.
Off the way, yeah, the track just goes quiet as well, just in the background, while there's a cutscene or something going on. Underrated sound design, I think. I hope everyone's enjoying this game, because I presume, well, Future Cityscape, you've seen it before, but I don't know if anyone is... If anyone has any personal memories to this game, but I hope I'm introducing you to a new game that's really still worth playing. I mean, it's still an absolute classic 3D platformer. Does a really great job. I disagree with your video on 2 points. Therefore, you should delete it and never post anything ever again. This is an objective fact. Damn. Well, guess that's it. Yeah, like someone on the internet disagreed with me. I guess that's it. Yeah. Time to retire. I mean, I had a good run, like, but everything ends eventually. Alright, here's the first boss of the game. It's frog time. He's got a great presentation, this guy. The only thing is...
Listen, Raleigh, wipe up my family and steal what's mine.
You better expect company. I'm ever so sorry.
How sloppy of me not to finish the job. Obviously, we should have snuffed you out as well. So,
Without further ado. By what?
bloating to gargantuan size and squashing you like the insignificant bug that you are.
Bring it on. Boss swallows bee, allergic to bees, inflates to kill me. Remarkable. Ah, I missed. Hate unexpected guess as well. I played all of the bosses in this game, like way too many times when I was a kid. So like sometimes just the pre-boss cutscenes will like pop into my head while I'm walking around. I'll just hear, yeah, by squashing you like the insignificant bug that you are, and I'm like, why did that come into my head now? And I basically replay the entire cutscene in my head. It's totally random. It's terrible. I don't know why this happens to me. Ah. One more? Yep. Gotcha. Finally, now, yeah, you can. Now you got a good soundboard, right? No. Clearly one of them, but strangely enjoyable at the same time. I just get like a little hit of nostalgia, like randomly when my brain decides that I need it. It's not it's not the worst one to have, because this game actually does have like funny, good writing, in my opinion. But heard that trope in every villain story, and I've never been able to find a single instance of it actually being said until now. Yeah, well there you go, Rally the Frog. He's what you were looking for all this time. Alright, let's try this again. This is the hardest stage, the last one, because of course it is. Jump rope. Disturbing jump rope. Gotcha.
That's all. You've beaten me. Well, gloat all you want, Sly Cooper. You're no match for a mugshot. A villainous cohort in Utah.
Blue voice is sticking up for subjective.
Mesa City is so well guarded.
A snake couldn't slither in without setting off alarms.
Raleigh's section of the Thievius Raccoonus held detailed instructions on
Being
how to
bullied.
perform my ancestor
Not again.
Cooper's ninja spire jump. A technique he developed while sneaking into the thick fortified castles of
That's what I was thinking.
Finding a way off Raleigh's boat got a little tricky with the untimely arrival of Inspector Fox, who, failing to find me, busted Raleigh and his crew. With the storm machine out of commission, boats found their way back onto the ocean, and the mystery of the Welsh Triangle faded from memory. My gang and I loafed around England for a while, enjoying the pleasant weather, and then headed back home, excited for our next.
Amazing that all you needed to do was type "ter" and then put a space.
Map up on the wall. You can use it to warp directly to any levels you've already visited. We're all set to go to Mesa City.
Okay, we got Mesa City next. How are you guys doing? Murray just eating a hot dog. Good for you, Murray. I can mute them. They won't help you anymore. I love this cutscene too. I'll let this one play.
Back in the US. Next up, the notorious mugshot. Ruthless muscle of the Fiendish Five. What he lacked in brains, he definitely made up for in brawn. Turns out he wasn't always that way. He grew up as the run of the litter. A neighborhood weakling. The only friends he could turn to were usually found on the big screen. It was there that he spotted his first gangster, and he knew instantly that that's what he wanted to be. He spent the rest of his youth working real hard to get there, fueled on his dreams of great power and respect. With enough perspiration, he realized that dream. He'd become a hard-boiled, street-brawling, tough-as-nails gangster, ensuring that he'd never be kicked on or pushed around again. So he's holed up in Mesa City, huh? I've always wanted to go to that thriving American boom town.
He is carrying 2 machine guns, to be fair. But yeah, his actual appearance in the game is really quite good. I don't know if I'll reach him today, but I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, you guys gotta be careful, because Yoveos could just start working out and become a gang lord with 2 machine guns.
This looks more like a ghost town.
Something's happened. Where is everyone?
I don't know, but it's starting to give me the creeps. What do you say we take off?
And miss all the fun? Besides, I want to try out that new move I got from Raleigh's section of the Thievius Raccoonus.
You mean the ninja spire jump?
Yeah, do me a favor and read me the instructions again.
I do like this bit.
Landeth safely upon diminutive points. Leapeth lively and presseth the triggering device with the round geometrical object emblazoned upon it.
So, jump and hit the circle button to land on narrow spots.
That's a rough translation.
I love his just anger at that. Just, that's a rough translation. Converted Old English for you, and that's all you gotta say. Up we go. A trivectomy. Some terrifying phrasing being bandied about right now, and even more terrifying in Silent Hill Origins font. I still need to, I think it's turned off at the moment, but I do need to say, yeah, Originize the title as one of the channel point redemption things. My doctor watched the trivectomy. I hate Silent Hill 2 now. I'm a Silent Hill Origins man now, and there's nothing you can do about it. Oh god, why?
What's with those flashing lights?
The latest in high-tech security.
Hydrate, thank you.
Electronic floor sensors. Step on them and you're a goner.
Nice touch.
They're safe to walk on while flashing, but it also means they're about to switch to a different sector.
Thanks for the tip, Bentley. In we go. Can you imagine just like all of us on Truth Social? What a hellscape. Why are you overanalyzing Slycooper so much? I hate when people make up symbolism about these games. He's a raccoon without pants. What more do you want me to say? So much of it through others posting, it's so insane. I know like basically nothing about it other than like I should stay the hell away from it, but I have been spending comparatively less time on social media bar monitoring my own stuff this year, which I guess it's like writing a book, right? Like when you're writing something, you don't really have time to read other things too. So I guess that's sort of how it is. Straight up Nazi crap, yeah. Just fucked. Just fucked that stuff can even exist. Horrible. And the fact that yeah, people sort of defend it as well. Deleted all social media apps from my phone because honestly they're all going down in flames. Yeah. What is it they're calling? Are they calling it? What did Musk decide? X or some shit? Like whatever he was thinking with that. Yeah, X. I was like, I know he's not exactly the world's smartest man, but like, he's like, Twitter is like people like it's a verb, you know, like, Twitter is a verb. I don't know why you'd give up something that's sort of like actually has legitimately infiltrated like common parlance and then just sort of say nah. Zeets. And the X-Men's gonna have a bad name attached to them now, aren't they? Oop. And yeah, Reddit was the only one that I still sort of browsed with any regularity, mainly just for like gaming news and that kind of thing. It was nice to sort of have a curated feed of that kind of stuff, but with what's been going on there as well, it's getting harder and harder to justify hanging around there too. Do not press the X key on your keyboard or we will destroy you illegally. I remember there was that great protest that was it the UK comedian Joe Lycett, and there was some, was it Hugo Boss or something, and he called himself, and Hugo Boss was suing some other company for using the word boss, and he called himself Hugo Boss. He just renamed himself Hugo Boss. I thought it was a very clever method of protest. Algorithms are so messed up. We have to have the account for work, and I keep bringing up dropping it entirely. Yeah, like if I didn't use it to sort of like talk with people, like with friends, I wouldn't use any of them at all, to be honest. It would be really easy to drop them, I think. It's just, I sort of feel like they get in the way of me. Yeah, me like just actually relaxing.
Given that he's a bulldog, it seems only reasonable to assume that he'd choose to live in a giant fire hydrant.
That's some sound logic, Sly.
I love that.
Just need to find a way to break into
So silly, but I love it.
Oh, I'm sure I'll think of something.
It's really sad just how much yeah, Nazi horrible sort of reactionary crap gets attached to social media in general. I really do want to make my channel and my space a safe place from that kind of reactionary bullshit. And if that means that I have to play Sly Cooper all day, then that's what I'm gonna do. Reading YouTube comments is always, yeah, it's just gotta be relentless. It's just horrible, and just the amount of like casual homophobia and transphobia as well. Like that's what motivates me to make my channel safe, is that I don't want it to end up like other places on YouTube. I'm fucking sick of reading comments elsewhere on YouTube that are just like unmoderated transphobia and no one does anything about it. So rest assured, if that ever comes up, I will delete those comments. I'm just gonna shut that shit down. And if I happen to miss anything like that, please let me know, because I don't want anything like that remotely associated with the channel. I want everyone to know where I stand, and I really appreciate hearing that I do make a safe space. Gonna move to the remote forest and keep a computer hooked up to only access horror game analysis. Unironically, yeah, my partner and I were discussing at some point, like, we'd just move to a cabin somewhere, and that maybe periodically, like once a month, I'd like find Wi-Fi in an internet cafe, upload the videos I'd made, and then just retreat back to my Wi-Fi-less house. It's not what it's cracked up to be. No, I didn't imagine that it would be, but it's nice to think about, you know, like it's easy to idealize and romanticize. And I get the impression we call that immediately, as you should. Yeah, more than happy to get rid of that kind of stuff. So yeah, like if there is anything like that happening that I somehow haven't noticed, yeah, let me know. Because yeah, I got people's backs against that kind of crap. Yeah, no, it's just it exhausts me. So just want to make that very, very clear. There won't be any go well to those kinds of comments. No well wishes. This is a really good level as well, this one. And this is a good camera angle here. Go poorly, yeah, go poorly. Jinx! You owe me a soda. You're gonna have to find out delivery costs and everything. There's still a clue up there. Yes, there is. Whew. Will arrive in 8 to 12 weeks. Anyone thirsty? I'm buying. Yeah, I could do with a hydrate right about now. Thank you. So many channel points as well. Yeah, I've been doing my best to try and get them, you know, as accepted currency at international banks, but for some reason they just won't return my calls. I really don't know what's going on with that. Yeah, bizarre behavior. There we go. Hydrate just cost me a month's salary. Go well. I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know if I can actually... It would be interesting, like, if I could give payouts of channel points, but I don't know if I can do that. If I can just be like, here, you have 1,000. I have to look into that. Oh, close. That'll really start the infighting, yeah. Get some competitions going. Cowboy hat again. Actually, add up pretty fast. Yeah, it's not bad, is it? The actual drop rate for those. Because how many is it an hour? They give you an estimation somewhere. I'm richer than the other host. Blue Voices take that opportunity just to flex. Oh, wow. Poor Yovo host.
Press the circle to enter the vault code. Man, I'm getting swift with deciphering these codes. Dial 338.
338. You got a Bentley, I can do that. I think I can handle some numbers.
Oh, you're lucky, Sly. This page features Karen Cooper-Giwa's coin magnet technique. All she had to do was stand near money, and it would magically jump into her purse. From now on, you'll automatically collect any coins you come near.
I love just the friendliest flame war you could possibly imagine. I love it.
Sly, this giant roulette wheel is spinning too fast to jump counterclockwise around it. You'll have to jump in the other direction to try to land on the green section.
I do like it's such a clever like use of environment. I like what's really good about Sly is how it leans into like the theme of each area, and just creates really unique, interesting platforming out of every sort of environment. Yeah, classic. Another level down. Gonna go for about another half an hour. And then I'm probably just gonna listen to the Sly Cooper soundtrack for the rest of the day, to be honest. I'm in that kind of mood now. Excuse me for just 1 second, I'm just gonna close the curtain. It's getting some sun on the screen. Alrighty, that's better. We're gonna try the racetrack. Now, I like the races, but they're also very hard. Or this one is in particular. Because sort of towards the end of development, I believe the episode order was shuffled around a little bit, so this is meant to come after an easier race level. But here we go. It's time for a Murray level.
Well, I drove to this hot dog stand for a quick snack, and the next thing you know, I'm getting challenged to a race by these gangster dogs.
Is there a key in it for the winner?
Yeah, 3 times around the track for a key.
It's all you, man. Drive the van with the left analog stick. And if you manage to pick up any nitro power-ups, you can get a boost by pressing the square button. Go get 'em.
I'm on it.
Okay, here we go. It's gonna be brutal. I do like how Murray sticks his head out of the van to drive it. And the environment here too also has foreshadowing for Ms. Ruby again, who's the boss of the third area. And it's also got Rally. Yeah, there you go. Rally the Frog. Why do they always make racing minigames so brutal? Come on. It's a shame you deleted your wiki, Yovios, because then we'd have the answers to these questions. You invested in the Pink Hippo driving game. That is exactly the right frame of mind. I don't think there's any other way to live your life. I don't think I'm gonna catch this last dog here. The mariachi dogs are the fastest for some reason. Don't have quite enough left to go. No, second, but not first. Dang. Hey!
Get back in there and bang them back. We need that key.
Not when it comes to this, I'm afraid. He took my boost! How is that fair? They don't even need to boost. Their car's already faster than I am. Not overanalyzing the races, I see. No, I make a point to just let Murray speak for himself, actually. Murray's just cool. Like, I don't... What more needs to be said about a pink hippo that drives a van? Like, you can't beat that. I bet you can make a pretty interesting essay about why this dog's the fastest. Probably gonna click on it and then complain that you made it. If people want more Sly videos, I can make more Sly videos. But I'm still very sad that no one watched my Clockwork video. Almost nobody. I understand why, because it's like, it's off-brand. It's not exactly horror, but you know, big fan of this game, so I'm glad to be able to play it at least. I'm not trying to guilt you. I'm sorry. I just, I had a lot of fun making that video, so I consider it a shame that people didn't pay that one as much attention. But I get it. Okay, now this dog is the fastest for some reason. Stop smashing the boosts. You don't even use them. Out of my way. Murray. Hippo beats dog. Leaving a mean comment on it as we speak. Awesome. Why do you overanalyze this?
Way to go.
Yeah, second try, not bad. Alright. Beat that one. One more level to go out here, and that's the minigame type that I don't really like. First person shooter style. How did he get that shot off? That's not fair. Just obsessed with this, like why did they do that to Silent Hill Origins? Why? What was the point? Future cityscapes got eyes everywhere.
Murray is in position to make a run for this key.
Okay, so what do I do?
Provide some covering fire for him with that blasting station.
Sweet.
Use the left analog stick to aim and press the square button to fire.
I'll do my best.
No, I did not. Resident Evil 4 wasn't working that day, and I was like, okay, Origins is installed on here, I guess.
I'm going in, Sly.
You're not. I'm afraid I can't help you with that. You're gonna have to ask someone else in the chat. But yeah, Silent Hill Origins is really stuck, hasn't it? And I love it. It's about the only impact Silent Hill Origins has ever made on me. Playing it through on stream. After somewhat, clumsy music that plays as well. Just this game's music. I guess I've just spent so long listening to it that it's sort of every beat of it feels identifiable and also really distinct. You can see I'm just shooting fireworks at these people, these dog guards for some reason. I don't know why I can't just go get it, but it's nice that Murray wants to do some of the walking, I suppose. Not a goblin infestation. Gonna have to hire some adventurers. And if you shoot at that, Murray dies. So it's quite a mean trick. That's what I need a little pathologic rat emote, right? Gotcha. Nice try.
Almost there.
Come on, Murray.
No, good shooting.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Oh, that was close. So, last one, nice. I make a joke about how New Zealand is Lord of the Rings, and I forgot. Any chance you could start the stream over? I'll see. When I get my hands on a time machine, I'll let you know. I'm afraid my stream capabilities aren't quite that good. Not that I'd mind playing through this game again. Alright, time to be safe and responsible. Hey, false start guys, false start. 1 hour and 40 minutes into a stream, false start. False advertising. Who was advertising anything? What did I promise you people? He's not a professional, no. Advertising 1984. No, I'm not a professional, unfortunately. Now here's some good music. I will try and for the next stream I'll try and fix whatever's going on with that bar there. Yeah. So this is one of my favorite levels in the whole game. And I think it's because of this sort of side-scrollery kind of... It plays with perspective really well. Plus it's just really fun to bounce on top of these, like, awnings. Oh, no. Killed. That's right. Get to play this level more. Not a problem. Get out of the way. How did that prison dog find his way up here, you know? I want to know. Does anyone know which Republic France is on now? Like the 8th or something? That's a good question. I'm afraid I couldn't tell you. It is the 8th? Learning things here today. And one thing as well I noticed is that you can whack these giant dogs' heads off and they don't notice apparently. Just casual destruction. Just yes. I'll accept yes as an answer. This is as well a nice little sneaking bit. It's sort of... It really did get me to really immerse myself in the role. It's very easy to sort of inhabit the sort of the thiefy kind of role in this game, just because it sets up the levels exactly as you would expect. That kind of thing. And smash, one more. Exactly as you sort of imagine those kinds of things to appear. It's like playing a good heist movie, except you're playing as a awesome raccoon with a great voice. No, I missed the clue. I'll go back if I can be bothered. If I want to 100% it, and I mean I probably will. On stream, 100% it. That was a close one. Gotta be a show off? Damn straight. I gotta pay due respects to this game, you know? Love this game. Whee! If I go back here now... Yeah, now I can redo it. Race is not included. Well, for the races for 100%, all I have to do is finish them, so I don't actually have to do that one again. Slike out to is cancelled. I mean, if like, I'm really aware of the fact, like, it's pretty weird, like my, that you know, like, I am literally called Horror Game Analysis, but I hope people do enjoy the. Like me playing things that aren't horror as well, because I know I certainly do. Not too late to rebrand. It's not. No, it's fine. I wasn't calling anyone out.
To enter the vault code. I could have broken this code in my sleep. The combination is 565.
No, I'm whatever Travis's son's name is, remember? Last name Grady? Travis Jr. the 8th.
Outstanding! You've uncovered Rob McCooper's patent the triangle button to toss it. Then use the triangle button again to detonate it. Better back off to a safe
You
distance
can't
first.
just go around spreading my real name like that. It's a beautiful name. It is, you know, I like it, but people often ask, you know, like, is there a space in that? And I have no space. Nothing. Just write out the whole thing. Travis Jr. in quotation marks, horror game analysis Grady, the 8th of his name. Awesome. It's settled. Okay, down this way. What level is this? Just 2 to tango? No, straight to the top. Okay. Goodbye. Also, terribly underrated part of the game, when you stand on a car and jump off of it, it falls, and then about sort of 5-6 seconds later you hear the smashing sound as it crashes onto the street below. Just little touches like that, you know, really help immerse you in a world like this. But, no, in terms of video essays that I was actually looking at doing, I did post a small list on the community tab, but so there's a pathologic character analysis that's very close to being actually finished and recordable that I'd actually be happy with, and then there's a Silent Hill 3 one that is actually finished but I still have to record, and I'm not sure if I want to launch straight into another Silent Hill 1 or whether I want to give it some time to breathe. And then there's one that I'm planning to do actually on Ratchet & Clank 2. So yeah, we'll see. See what I can bring out first, but yeah, I'm looking forward to doing all of those. This has nothing to do with what you're talking about, but I still think about the post you made in the community tab of the pathologic one healers avatars a lot. I'm so glad that that comes back to you, because that is exactly the intention of that post. That's I thought it was really haunting, like hauntingly beautiful, you know. Those images really spoke to me. And yes, absolutely play Ratchet & Clank 2. Have you played any of the other Ratchet & Clanks? Because I mean, it's a great one to start with. But like, I'm ultra biased because it's one of my favorite game series of all time. But you haven't played any of them, then well, yeah, you're gonna have a great time. Gotta log off. No, great to have you here. Watch the rest of this on the VOD. It will be available on Twitch and Patreon. So Twitch for 2 weeks, and then Patreon for probably about 6 months before I think about making it public. This one, be nice to have some Patreon exclusive content technically under the belt. Yeah, have a good rest of your night, your day, good rest of your week. Great to have you here. Objectively, no, legitimately, yeah. I can't argue with that, actually. Yeah, really appreciate all the support. Hang around just to watch me play Sly Cooper. And yeah, have a good time, have a laugh. What I'm here for. Yeah, well, yeah. So up to you guys now. Yeah, no, I just it's not like It's not like I do anything. After the after the day I've had, he says after just having a regular day. I think that can be true of anybody. After the day anyone has, Sly Cooper will make things better regardless. Nice, nice try. I've got a slightly better memory than that. Slightly. That's the last clue up here, or did I miss one again? No, there's one at the end. Okay, I got them all. what are you talking about? What did you remember anyway? Huh? Where am I? Who are you people? What is this? Sly Cooper, what the hell is this?
Dial in 468. You found the blueprints for Mugshots additions to Mesa City. With these files, I'll be able to help you find all his clues and breakables. Just look through your binocucom to get the information.
You know, you say that, and due to the fact that we're talking about the internet here, I'm genuinely not sure whether someone has documented that or not. Like, I would legitimately not be surprised. Also, I just figured out how to fix the thing right at the end of the stream. So next time it will be fixed, and it shouldn't appear. It's just an overlay thing on the emulator. It really doesn't like anything to do with the overlays I got set up. I thought he was gonna swallow the paper you got. What is wrong with me? Hey, he's a raccoon, you know. He might. He's like just curious, you know. No, this is an important book. He's assembling the book. Okay, which one haven't I been to? The one over there, I think. I'll see if I can, yeah, finish this world, and then next time, which will hopefully be in a couple of days. Go, Onion! I need to comment on this video. No, don't, like, yeah. Don't let me pressure anyone into commenting on a video. I'm just always happy to hear from you guys. So, feedback, thoughts, whatever, appreciated. But never leave one if you don't have one in you. But I always do appreciate it. Know that. Oh no! I'm gonna have to delete that message.
Well, look who just walked into my crosshairs. Sly Cooper.
About time you showed up, Miss Fox. I was getting worried about you. Thought you took a wrong turn somewhere back in Paris.
The only one making wrong turns is you, Sly. I'd suggest you surrender before I paralyze you with my good friend, the shock pistol.
Now see, a girl whose best friend's a firearm's got issues. A little dinner, a little dancing. I think I can help you out.
Sounds romantic. As long as you don't mind dining in jail.
Nah, I hear the service is lousy.
Once I catch you, you'll know for yourself.
I just love the banter between, yeah, Sly and Carmelita. He told her to seek help. He did. This is also one of, I think, the best levels in the game, in my opinion. Just because again, it gives the feeling that Sly is sort of actually being pursued. Sly Cooper's famous quote, "Touch grass." Honestly, you could get this voice actor to say anything, and I'd be pretty happy with it, to be honest. Basically, anything would sound cool. Okay. That was close. Good thing they just leave these clue bottles lying around. He loves grass so much, he's such a good character. That is a great moment there, when you jump on the clothesline and it collapses and swings down. Feels like a really good really good set piece. Can hear Carmelita yelling somewhere. We've left her behind for now. Sly Cooper is my positive masculinity role model. Yeah, for real. Him and Kiryu, right? And Ratchet as well, actually, come to think of it. And Jack. So many good male positive role models, but people either misinterpret them or willfully ignore them. It's a shame, alright, that one. Any more clues in here? Did I miss one? Want to be as rad as Spyro when I grow up? Same. I wish. Half as cool as Sly Cooper, even a quarter as cool as Sly Cooper, and my life would be set, honestly. Article on that was what made me think of that. I just got back into reading your stuff again recently. I did see you, you left a comment which I have yet to respond to, but I do have some thoughts for your comment on my game. And I do really appreciate you taking the time to do that. Because, yeah, some of those questions are things that, like, again, I think as I replied to Franco Lindsay's, that I take for granted, but obviously should be explained. And it just also helps me think of things also that maybe I haven't thought of either, or haven't put into words. So I do appreciate that. No, that was close. Yeah, I've been posting. I haven't quite hit my quota for that yet. I think I'm like 5 posts away from my goal, but I must have amassed quite a backlog by now for you to go through. So, if you were so inclined. And yeah, I do need to go back and finish a couple of series that I was planning for there. Nice try, Carmelita. Away you go on the balloon. Just her impotently shaking her fist as she drifts away on a balloon. Need a perfectly realistic explanation, and I don't know if I was going to give you that perfectly realistic explanation anyway, but having those things in mind is still really helpful. To sort of make a world that feels at least believable. It's a tricky thing to do, and yeah, getting feedback about it at this stage sort of helps me know what I should write about, and yeah, what the characters should talk about and explain, even just a little bit. Here's a great boss fight, great cutscene, great way to end the stream. He's so quotable.
And this is it? You're a monkey wrench in my operation?
Some scrawny rat with a stick.
Wait a second. I seen that stick before.
Maybe when my father knocked your block off with it.
Your father? Wow. You're a Cooper? You know, that Thingus Rackamagookus had a lot of nice pictures, but way too many big words.
So you don't mind just handing it over?
What, are you kidding? You break into my place,
steal my stuff, trash the joint. I feel transgressed and violated.
Let's rock.
And he skipped leg day big time. This is the game you've been waiting for. I like my villains cheesy, thank you very much. And so do I. And Mugshot's the kind of guy who has spare twin machine guns upstairs. Ecstatic, every muscle in my body is twitching. I mean, if that's healthy for you, then great. I'm glad Sly can inspire such a good time. I do like the implication that Mugshot is just so egotistical that he's set up like mirrors all over the place just to look at himself. But you turn that against him, obviously, by refracting the sunlight in and burning him. Look at this little dance. Nice try. Can't shoot through these mirrors for some reason. And yeah, you'll see that he can rotate them back, but this is a nice easy part of the boss, which is nice because it happens to be the last bit.
This is impossible. A little pipsqueak like you beating a big, strong bruiser like me?
I'm afraid not.
It ain't right. You want all of that stupid picture book? You're gonna have to go down.
But I appreciate checking before you make a reference.
And then believe you me, you don't want to be you.
The mugshot section of the Thievius Raccoonus contained an entry from my gunslinging ancestor, Tennessee Kid Cooper. His specialty was the rail walk and rail slide. Moves perfected through a lifetime of theft in the Old West. Getting out of town proved to be a little more challenging than getting in. Having just missed us, Inspector Fox went for the next best thing and dragged that canine steroid case off to jail. That was the end of Mugshot's gambling empire, and Mesa City's citizens soon returned home. While me and the boys, well, we enjoyed the rest of our stay in America, and then returned to Paris, ready for our next mission.
Awesome. Another one down. So we got 3 worlds left to go. After this one.
I figured out a way to get us to Haiti.
The fire hydrant made me think of the polyhedron for some reason. It's maybe, yeah, it's like, again, subconscious. Maybe that's why I like Pathologic so much, because I played Sly Cooper. The 2 most connected games in the universe. But no, yeah, I'll finish it here for now. But I really, yeah, had a lot of fun with this. Nice to relax and unwind a bit. I've been pretty swamped with stuff lately, so it's just been nice to return to something like this, which I know, you know, almost inside and out. It's just a really nice game, really well put together, timelessly fun. And yeah, I had you guys as well make it really fun too. So appreciate that. Hope you enjoyed. I will see everyone possibly in a couple of days, but if not, then next week. Yep, I'm bracing myself here. But I do hope you enjoyed watching Sly, and that it inspires you to pick it up or play it yourself one day, because it's just a sweet game. Does so much right, and I wish they were still making games that channeled this kind of energy, but we can talk about that more later. Alright, see everyone later. have a good rest of your day. You did it anyway. I love it. Just the commitment. Thanks for the stream. Go. Just, yeah, like when you can't even be bothered. Beautiful. Alright. See everyone. Go well.